Good morning, welcome back to my channel. And I've woken up this morning in Phoenix in Arizona, and let me tell you, it's going to be a good one. I can feel it. We've not really got any plans, but it's going to be a good one. For starters, we've woken up with this beautiful sunrise. Obviously we arrived here in dark last night, and we could kind of like vaguely see the scenery beyond our hotel, but this morning it's just incredible. I'm currently sat on a balcony in my room. We rarely get a balcony, so I'm making the most of it. The weather's like a little bit chilly. It was absolutely bitter last night. It was Baltic. But this morning it's kind of like chilly, but I can feel it's going to warm up. So yeah, it's just looking stunning. Let me show you actually from my balcony what this all looks like. So we've got what appears to be like a lake over there, and I've heard about this lake. And you can actually like kayak or something on this lake, which is definitely a potential for this trip. The only thing that's on my mind is there's potentially like alligators and stuff in there, and I don't particularly want to get eaten by an alligator. It's not the way I want to go. But we've also got really nice palm trees, the sun's beaming through those, and just like this whole place just looks like a resort, like a really fancy resort, and it's really nice. So as I said, we've got a balcony which we very rarely get, and I'm just really appreciating just sitting out, enjoying the sunrise, getting some fresh air after the flight, and just enjoying, I guess, summer in December really. This hotel is a little bit dated, but it's definitely cancelled out by the views and this stunning sunrise. The other thing as well, I wanted to get out and get some fresh air is because I've been suffering with a cold since my Vancouver. Don't worry, it's not COVID, it's the first thing I eliminated. I was really concerned because people around me had a cold and they didn't have COVID, it wasn't COVID for them. But I did lateral flow tests every single day while I was off, and also did one before my trip of the day off. And they were all negative, so it's one of those where I think we need to kind of remember that it's not just COVID going around, there is normal colds and flus and sicknesses going around as well. So yeah, that's what I'm currently suffering with. I am getting over it now. Like, the last few days have been rough, like not being able to breathe, constantly sneezing. I have had a cough as well, which was my main concern really of this potentially being COVID, but no, it's just one of those coughs that just comes with an average cold really. So my throat is like a little bit dry because of that, and my nose is so sore from just constantly blowing it. But I've got some like Vicks Vapor Rub with me and some cold and flu capsules, so I'm going to keep taking those until I get over this. But I have to say, I've been sleeping with aircon in my room all night, and it has kind of filtered me out a little bit. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm definitely not as sniffly. That's definitely improved. And when I went to bed last night, I wasn't like, you know when you go to bed and you really struggle to breathe out of like one nostril and it just completely blocks. I hate that. And that's what I was feeling the last few days. So I'm glad I've kind of recovered from that. But anyway, back to what we're planning to do for this trip. So we're here for the rest of today. We've got the majority of tomorrow, and then we're flying home tomorrow evening. I don't really know what the plan is. We were kind of discussing maybe hiring a car, because Arizona is one of those places where you might stay central, but it takes so long to get anywhere. It's not a walking thing. As much as I love walking, I've been told, don't walk anywhere because you'll take hours to get anywhere. So luckily this hotel has like a free shuttle that we can use within a radius, which is quite nice, as well as obviously we've got Uber and stuff. So there's a shopping mall nearby which I don't need to go to, but it's something to kind of kill a few hours, so I might do that. We were discussing, like I said, about hiring a car and potentially going to the Grand Canyon, but it's a long drive and I don't know if I'm really feeling that. And plus I'm not a confident driver on the other side of the road, and I don't want to put my colleagues at risk because of that. So I don't know, we're going to go for breakfast in a bit and just kind of suss out a plan really. The idea of kayaking really is intriguing me, but I don't know, it's just in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh no, don't do it. You're putting your life at risk there. But I've seen lots of people do it, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the day brings. That's what we've made the plan, is that we're going to go for breakfast and just see what happens. So it's going to be spontaneous, just how we like it on here. I think I'm going to do a quick room tour because this room is actually quite unique compared to some of the other rooms I've stayed in, and it's one of those I want to document to look back on. So you walk in here, you've got a nice wall with a very Arizonian picture on it, if that's a word. To the right, you've got the bathroom set up. So the sink's in a very unique place, but it's quite nice. You've got a giant mirror, loads of space to work with. You've got a full-length mirror over here, wardrobe there, and then in here is the main bathroom, I guess. Shower, bath, which I'll probably use at some point, you know me, toilet, and then you've got like a large extra space there. Going round, you've got a little tea coffee making station here, TV, desk, the huge seat, and then you've got a humongous bed over here, which was really comfy actually. And you've got some giant bedside tables too, and of course the balcony as well. I'm not sure if every single room has this, but it's such a nice feature. Hi, can I order some breakfast to my room, please? Okay, thank you. Bye. I had a bit of a change of heart and made the decision to order breakfast to my room. I just wanted to be lazy for a few hours. I was gonna go down, but yeah, couldn't be asked, pretty much. Got to the time we were supposed to meet and I was just like, no, I'm gonna order it. I ended up having to go and pick up my breakfast from downstairs anyway, so it kind of defeated the purpose of being lazy, but at least I get to eat it in bed. So this is my breakfast. It doesn't look particularly appetizing, but it smells really good. Got the usual American potatoes, this sort of like sandwich muffin thing. I don't know. I think it's just sausage, cheese and egg, which sounds divine. I assume ketchup, and I also got myself an orange juice as well, which looks good. So while I eat this, I need to make some sort of plan for the day. I'm not really sure what the others are doing, but I know for sure that I need to go to the shopping centre and just get a few final bits for Christmas. I spent my days off before this trip completing Christmas shopping, and I did it, bar two people, which is my hairdresser and my nail lady. I just want to get them something little for, you know, doing such a good job on my hair and nails every single time. It's just what they deserve, so I need to get that. And then once they're sorted, I'm going to be finished. In fact, actually that's a lie. I need to get something for my sister, but she's going to wait and tell me what she wants when she sees something. So yeah, when they're done, I am done for the year. I'm very glad that I managed to get done before the 15th because that was my goal and I achieved it, so I'm very happy about that. As soon as I press record, as you can see, I'm still in the same position I was an hour ago when I last spoke to you. My breakfast was good and I thought it would give me a boost of energy that I need, but the problem is, and I've had this for a long time actually, and I've been to the doctor about it, I have this really annoying pain in my ribs. It sounds really odd and it's really, really painful. So I had it on the other side of my ribs maybe 6 months ago, and I think it was caused by like overexerting myself, like closing the lockers and things, and from what they told me, it's basically like the cartilage or muscle between your ribs is like just inflamed or something, where you've overexerted yourself, and because it's between your ribs or something, it's just not a good combination. It's one of those where you just have to take pain relief and just wait for it to die out naturally. So that went, and that was great. It felt so much better, and I was really worried because chest pain could be anything, and yeah, it was just a bit alarming. So the pain has come back, and I think I did it the other day on, I want to say it was my Vancouver flight. I was closing a really heavy locker that I didn't expect to be heavy, and I think it has caused the other side of my ribs to have the exact same sort of pain. So I can only assume it's the same thing. But oh my god, I'm in agony. It's basically like underneath my boob. It's a really awkward place, so it's not really something I want to go to the doctor about and have them feel up really, but it doesn't feel inflamed or anything, but it's just so like, the way I described it to my doctor was like a popping sensation between my ribs,
And straight away they knew what it was, and that's what they explained to me. But I was like, it just feels like my ribs are digging into my muscle or my lungs or something, because it's not stopping me from like breathing, but every now and again when the pain sort of, you know, shoots through my ribs, it kind of makes me skip a breath almost. And I've got to sit in the right position in bed. I can't sleep on this side because the pain is just excruciating. If I sleep on the other side, the pain is also excruciating. So I can either sleep on my back, which I don't really like to do, or sit on my front. And again, that's not really comfortable. So I'm, in a lot of pain. And it's kind of stopping me from wanting to go out. But at the same time, I really want to get out. I'm hoping maybe if I have a bit of a walk, it might just distract me a little bit from the pain. I have had some painkillers, and the one thing that really did seem to work, which they recommended, was ibuprofen gel, which I've left at home. So I might see if they have some in the shops, because that would be really beneficial right now. I might also take some ibuprofen again, because I think it's about time I take another dose. But oh my god, I'm in so much pain. Like, I thought maybe putting a bra on for a bit of support might help, but it doesn't seem to have helped. It just makes you feel really like sick almost, because it's just such sharp pains every now and again. If you move the wrong way, like, it almost feels like you need to click your ribs. I don't know if you guys have ever had this before. Let me know in the comments if you have, but it's something I've been suffering with for ages now, and I thought it'd finally gone away, but it's now come back in a different place, which is just fantastic.
Mentioned to you guys that we do have a free shuttle service at this hotel where we are able to be taken anywhere within a 5-mile radius. So I've just booked in because it's a first come first serve, so I've got to wait about 20 minutes, but I've just booked in to go to the mall, which is, I'm looking forward to it actually. It's exciting because it looks like a decent mall and I've heard good things about it. Hoping to finish off my Christmas shopping, but yeah, it's quite good that we get the free shuttle, because you know, if we tried to walk to these places, it would take hours. I didn't actually realise how big Phoenix is. It's huge, so I'm glad we get that service instead of having to pay for like Ubers and stuff, which would be extortionate. I've also just heard that Boris is supposed to be doing an update at 8 PM UK time, which is in about 2.5 hours. I really do not want to go into another lockdown. I don't think I can deal with going through all of that again. Not just for like mentally, like mental health has been really impacted by all these lockdowns, but it's just the travel industry again. It's just we thought we were just making some sort of progress, but then it's just on a downward spiral once again. It just feels like it's a never-ending cycle of, you know, getting our hopes up and then just getting shot in the foot again. So we'll see. I've asked Vic to update me, but I'm just praying there is no lockdown. So I've come to the Fashion Square Mall. I kept calling it Fashion Valley Mall, but I think that's San Diego. Getting it confused, but yeah, I just want to have a little look around and just see whether the Christmas presents that I bought are any better prices here than they are from what I bought. I've just come into Zara and I found this jumper. So unique, and I really like the contrasting colours. I'm not really a Zara girl, but I think this is really nice. I did it. I now own something from Zara. I thought I'd never see the day, but I did it and I love it. Sometimes you just got to pay a bit more for the quality, but I just always think that the prices of Zara are like designer prices, and that's why I'm always very reluctant to buy it. And of course, the mandatory stop is always Bath and Body Works. Plus Mum's asked me for more sanitisers. What is wrong with me? I actually have an unhealthy addiction just to collecting Bath and Body Works sanitisers. Yeah, every time I come I just see a new scent that I want to get, or I've tried in a different form, not in sanitizer, but I just have to have it in sanitizer form. It's just what like the Bath and Body Works itch does to you. I can't get out if I want to start. Went and got a bubble tea because, I'm not being funny, my shopping has got out of hand again. But it's all needed, it's all for Christmas and things, it's not just for the sake of, apart from my Zara jumper. But yeah, I got a bubble tea and oh my god, I absolutely love bubble teas. They are like my go-to shopping drink. And we don't actually have one in Swindon where I live, like a bubble tea shop, which we do need one, so I got one here. And it's like a frozen one with strawberry balls at the bottom. I think it was blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, pomegranate and green tea all blended together, and oh my god, it's incredible. Might be the best bubble tea I've ever had. The only other thing I need to get is a souvenir from here. I need to get a magnet, I need to get a shot glass of course, and some key rings, and there's nowhere that I've seen that does souvenirs, so I'm a little bit concerned I'm not going to be able to get one. Potentially might be able to get one in the airport if I don't get one here, but like I've said many times, it's not like you can just stroll to try and find one. So I am now back. So I'm now back from shopping, and I just ended up buying and buying and buying and buying. So I might show you a few bits that I got. In fact, I will, because I'm hoping the people that I've bought for won't watch this video. I'll pre-warn them if they do, so if you happen to be watching this, you'll know when to skip. Let me grab my bags. So as you know, the first place I went to was Zara, and I have lost my Zara virginity. So I got the top that I showed you, and I just love the colour combo. I just think it's just such a nice contrast. It's a whole lot more brighter than it is in the camera, and I am thinking of potentially wearing it tonight because it's going to be cold and this is a very thick jumper. Like, I do have another top that's thicker that is long sleeve and other jumpers I could wear, but when you buy something new you want to wear it. I then went to Bath and Body Works, of course. It's become like a standard in my US vlogs now. I go to Bath and Body. I just seem to be getting lately a lot of like orders from other people. So Mum wanted me to get a few more of like the plain black sanitizer holders just for Christmas, for just random people, quite nice stocking fillers like I've mentioned in previous vlogs. I also got only one sanitizer this time, so I'm quite proud of myself, but it's the In the Stars fragrance, and this is one of my favourite scents from Bath and Body Works. I then got my mother-in-law some white tea and sage soap. This is her favourite scent, I guess, from Bath and Body. And my mum also asked me for just some shower gel, so I got her this scent, which is called Cozy Sunday Morning. I smelt it on my hand, I think, and it's very my mum. My mum has a very particular scent, often the opposite to me, so I think she'll quite like that. Then moving on to Lush. So I got a couple of bath bombs. I can't really be bothered to get them out, but I might pop them on the screen here, the ones I got. So I got some for my hairdresser and my nail lady. I didn't know what to get them. I just wanted to get them a few little bits just for them, to say thank you for, you know, all of the treatments they've done for me over the years that I've been going to them. I also popped to CVS to get them some very American chocolate, which I think will be very appreciated. So I got them both some hot cocoa Hershey's Kisses, which sound rather nice, so that's what I got them both. Finally, I went to Dillard's. I've never seen Dillard's before. I don't think I ever have. It was like a department store of some sort, a little bit like Macy's and Nordstrom. So I was just wandering around as you do, and I've been looking for my sister's final Christmas present for ages, and I didn't really get her anything for her birthday in November, so this is kind of a joint birthday and Christmas present. So Amy, if you happen to be watching, skip forward because I don't want you to see a Christmas present. So I saw these and I instantly thought they were Amy. So I will show you, but yeah, like I said, Amy, if you are still watching, bugger off. So I got her some Steve Madden boots. So it's these style platform, kind of Doc Martin like boots, and they're like a really cute baby pink. The only thing was I saw them and they were technically size 5.5, and I was a little bit unsure whether they'd fit her, so I tried them on and they fit me well, and we've got the same size shoes, so I was happy about that. I didn't want to have the bother of having to return them and not even being able to return them potentially. So that is her Christmas present. They are going away now. I need to pick them up as soon as I get home. I've also had the Ring doorbell going off constantly because I've been doing all my online shopping for Christmas, so my mum is getting really frustrated with that. But that's me finally sorted for Christmas, and I couldn't be happier. So when I got back from shopping, I decided to have a lay down for a couple of hours because I thought that might really help me get through the rest of the day, because it was starting to get later in the day back home and I was really starting to feel it. So I decided to lay down. If I get a nap in there, that was a bonus. Unfortunately, I did not. So I just led for a couple of hours, stuck on a film. I have been watching, let me get it up, The Unforgivable on Netflix. I think it's relatively new and it just popped up on my home screen when I opened Netflix. And it's really good so far, so I recommend it. So I've been watching that and I got ready, or started getting ready maybe 40 minutes ago. Had a shower and that, done my makeup because we are heading out to go get some food shortly. I need some good food right now. I'm really hungry and I'm just dying for some like chicken tenders or something, you know? Like some really dirty chicken tenders or some just dirty American food. It's just so good out here and this is the place to get it. 20 minutes and I'll be downstairs and we're gonna go get some good food. Hey guys, I am quite possibly the worst vlogger out there because I didn't get anything at all. Not even my food. So we went to somewhere called the Social Tap first, I think it was called. It was a lovely bar actually. Very, very loud music considering it was like a sports bar. Didn't really fit the vibe in my opinion, but I had some really good chicken tenders there and some fries, exactly what I needed. They were delicious. I wish I brought them back with me because I didn't finish them. Didn't think I'd want them later on, but I would actually die for them now, which is a poor move on my part. Then we moved on to some bars down the road. Then we hit major dilemmas where they were not accepting our driver's license as a form of ID. Sorry, what? It has a hologram on it. It has the date it expires. It has our date of birth. It has a photo. It is photographic ID. What? Apparently it's something in the state of Arizona that they do not allow UK driver's license as a form of ID. Loads of people were saying this to us and we were like, just explain to us the logic. You're accepting American driving licenses which are exactly the same as ours, aside from they're made in the UK. Mind blown. Anyway, most of us actually had a picture on our phones of our passports, which was very lucky. So we managed to get into a few places with those. But I'm not going to lie, the bars were just the same. So we went to one, it was very loud. Then we moved on to the next, exactly the same. Moved on to the next, exactly the same. And we kind of hopped between those few. In the end, we were just like, do you know what? This is boring. Let's just go back. But I'm glad to be back now. I'm going to get some sleep because I am so tired. I'm going to turn off the camera now, get a good night's sleep. Don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. We will see. There's a lovely lake outside, which you would have seen on the vlog, that I'd love to have a walk around. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow, but I'm not sure. I've done everything that I wanted to do. So tomorrow is going to be a very free day, I guess, to do random stuff. I need to get up, but I can't be asked. Am I still in bed? Yes. Am I ashamed about it? No.
But I have just had a lovely notification from Uber Eats, just who I wanted to hear from right now, telling me I get $20 off a $25 order. No brainer really, so I quite easily went onto Uber Eats and filled my basket full of Chick-fil-A food. Of course, no other would I order from. So I will read out what I have got and the price that I'm going to pay for it. So I'm getting a Chick-fil-A nugget meal, 12 pieces, with a Coke and waffle fries, chocolate milk, chocolate chip cookie, a fudge brownie, a 8-ounce tube of Chick-fil-A sauce to take home with me, and a medium mac and cheese. All of that is going to cost me $13.29. That has made my Monday. I'm so excited. I did say I want to start eating healthier, but when you get very enticing deals like that very rarely happen on Uber Eats, I've got to do it. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Lunch with a view. I wanted to sit outside and have my lunch because I have a balcony. Why wouldn't I make the most of that? And plus it's a lovely day, the views are fantastic. I just wanted to have a nice little sit down and enjoy my Chick-fil-A in the December sun, because I don't get it very often. But the other thing as well, I wanted to sit and have a chat with you while I eat, because a load of you have approached me on YouTube and TikTok about you guys applying for cabin crew now that a lot of airlines are recruiting again. So I wanted to kind of come on here, have a chat about that, and roughly, I guess, cover some of the things you guys have been asking me. One of the main things you guys have been asking me is like the recruitment process, what it's like, what it involved, and I have made a whole YouTube video on this, which I'll pop a link on the screen somewhere for you guys to go and watch after this video. It's very, very intense. It was for my specific airline, but I think a lot of other airlines follow a similar process. So you can go watch that one for a generic overview. Someone else asked me as well, based on my Vancouver vlog that's just gone out, about being ill when you're cabin crew. Like, your body doesn't time being ill when you're at home. It's gonna get ill when it gets ill, and that can sometimes be when you're away. And there is a full process about how that's handled. It can be complicated, and I've been very fortunate that I actually haven't had to deal with that when I've been away. I've got quite a good immune system. I take vitamins to make sure that I get the nutrients I need. I try and eat well when I can. Sometimes you do need a bit of Chick-fil-A, but yeah, I try and do my best to make sure that I am fit and healthy all round, I guess. So basically, when you train, you get spoken to about all of this. One thing that you'll very likely be given is like a little card, I guess, or a sheet of paper that gives you the number to call if you are ill when you're en route. So that could be if you're required to go to the hospital, if you need a doctor visiting you, if you need medication, especially somewhere like the US. Obviously, the healthcare out here is very expensive, so it's something that you are actually covered for. So you are technically insured for healthcare anywhere around the world when you're working. So that's a big reassurance. And for instance, if you are majorly ill when you're away, or even if you just have like a sickness bug or anything, I guess, where you're bedridden and you cannot work, you aren't forced to fly home and work. That's not the case. You are very well supported. So I've spoken to crew in the past who have had to go through this, and they've said that when you're away, the healthcare that you deal with are incredible. They make sure you have everything you need. For instance, if your crew are having to leave without you, they can let the next crew know that you're there and you may need food and things and just a bit of support. So you are definitely not forced to come home quickly when you're ill, when you're away. You are encouraged to get better, and when you're feeling better, let your airline know, and then they can arrange for you to position or deadhead home, which means you fly home as a passenger. So you aren't forced to work after that traumatic situation of being ill when you're away, because it can be quite traumatic, especially when you haven't got family with you or anyone you know. It can be quite lonely and daunting. So you do have support, and you are fully supported in that situation. So it's definitely not something to worry about, and I totally understand why people have asked me this question, especially with them applying for the airline during the COVID situation, because you never know what can happen. Cabin crew have caught COVID when they're away, and it is something that can happen, and the whole process is exactly the same. You are obviously forced to isolate in your room instead, and you are fully supported. So I completely understand why so many of you ask the question coming into the aviation industry in these times, and it's definitely not something to worry about. It's not something I worry about anyway. If I get ill when I'm away, so be it. The only thing is, I guess, if you're ill when you're at home, it is a lot more stricter. I'll go into that in a second. So on the flip side of things, if you are poorly when you're at home and you call in sick, that's okay. It's if you end up calling in sick a lot. Sometimes, obviously not specifically for you guys, but some people do take advantage of the calling in sick system. It has happened in the past, so if it is a frequent thing, it is investigated to see whether you need support, whether it is genuine, whether you're fit enough to be cabin crew, because you have to be healthy to be cabin crew. You can't be a very, I don't want to say unhealthy person, but if you have any health problems and it's not diagnosed yet, you know, that could affect you being cabin crew, and obviously your health is primary. So it is all investigated within reason, and it's not to try and catch you out if you are genuinely ill. If you're genuinely ill, there's nothing that can be done. Sometimes you can get, I guess, for instance, COVID one week, and then a couple of weeks later you get a cold, and then you can get a sickness bug. There's so much going around, especially in the winter time. These things can't be helped sometimes, but if it's a frequent thing, if you're calling in sick at Christmas, on your birthday, it's a little bit of a red flag. So you can see why. I mean, it's the same with any company you work for, really. So that is the sickness process. It's a very, I guess, intense process, but it's nothing to worry about. So I hope that clears up your questions about that side of things. And if you do have any other questions about, I guess, recruiting and coming into the aviation industry in these times, general cabin crew questions, I have done Q&As in the past, but it might be good to do an updated one, especially for you guys that are coming into the aviation industry with us. Now this is the exact reason why, hold on, I bring duct tape with me on every trip that I do. Let me show you why. This is why, people. Because baggage handlers are not exactly the most gentle out there. I know they have a lot of work to do, but yeah, how have we cracked my case? How has that even happened? Anyway, yeah, duct tape to the rescue. I think I'm going to run myself a bath now. I ate about half, maybe, of my Chick-fil-A. I forgot the word then. Yeah, I ate about half of it, so I've got some for maybe after the bath or before pickup. That's the beauty of ordering a lot. You have a little snack for later. So yeah, I'm going to bath, I think. I don't really know. I was going to go for a walk, but no. I don't think so. So yeah, I think I'm just going to chill out and do what I do best. Nothing. So we have an ever so slight dilemma on our hands tonight. I've just had my bath and I rang reception to see what time pickup was. I asked them earlier and they weren't sure. They said to call back later, which I did. And I also made out a rough time myself as to what it could be. So I rang them just now and they still don't know. So they said, we're just waiting for an update. So I was like, sus. Maybe there's going to be a delay. So I checked our systems just now to see if there is going to be a delay. And it would appear that there is going to be about an hour and a half delay, which is quite substantial, and that does affect our pickup time normally. So they said on the phone that they're going to post a note under our door to let us know what time pickup's going to be. But it's 2:30 now. Original pickup was supposed to be near 7, and I want to get a nap in, but how am I supposed to nap without a time to set my alarm to get up and get ready? So it's a little bit like, I know if I try and lay down to go to sleep, I'm not going to be able to because I'm going to be worried that I'm going to oversleep. Like, it's just a big dilemma, and it's going to affect my mood later if I don't get a nap in, because it's going to be a long flight. It's going to be probably about 9 hours, so it's not a short flight at all. And being overnight as well, especially the fact it's going to be even later.
I think takeoff was supposed to be about 3 a.m, 3:30 a.m. UK time. It's now going to be like close to 5 a.m, which is, not good. There she is, finally. These letters are very rare, but when you get them, they can be a blessing or a curse. Blessing means you can get a bit more sleep, which is kind of why I see this as a bit of a blessing. But a curse is if you really want to get home. Yeah, you can see where that's going. So now I have a time I can set my alarm and finally go to sleep. And I actually have quite a bit of time actually before I have to start getting ready, so that's good. So guys, I have just spotted this film on the American Netflix, and it was taken off the UK Netflix, which was gutting. This is one of those films that I can pretty much watch any day of the week. It's just one of those guilty pleasures for me. It's a long film and it's not everyone's taste, but I don't know, as sad as Titanic is, I don't know, I find it so interesting, I think. So while I attempt to get a nap in, I'm going to watch Titanic in the background, but I'm very confident that I'm not going to be able to sleep because I'm just not feeling tired at all right now. But as soon as it comes to having to get ready, I'm going to be tired. It's just how it works and how it has been for the last few trips. Sometimes I think, do I just leave my hair like this? So that's me all ready for my flight home now, aside from my uniform. I'm just going to finish watching the end of Titanic. I timed it really well. And I'm going to get my uniform on and head downstairs because I'm not going to lie, I'm bored now. In fact, super bored. There's nothing else for me to do. And I also didn't manage to get any sleep either. So it's going to be a very, very long wait until my break. But on the bright side, I'm going to sleep well on my break. Aside from that, I think I'm going to end this vlog here. But it was great to have you guys around with me in Phoenix. I had a really good time, regardless of the fact that I didn't really do much, a whole lot less than I planned to do. But on the bright side, that does mean that I have things to do next time I come to Phoenix, like Grand Canyon, kayaking, all of that good stuff. So it'll be a good vlog to look forward to in the future. Sorry this was a little bit boring, my typical shopping lazy self. But yeah, regardless of that, I really hope you enjoyed seeing what I got up to on this trip. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like down below. Also subscribe, pop on the notification bell so you guys get notified when I upload my vlogs. We are actually, in fact, getting very, very close to Christmas now. Christmas is, in fact, next week, which is really scary. But I hope you guys are having a really good festive season, doing lots of festive things. I hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you are doing, and I will see you in my next one.